All right, so kicking into Sunday afternoon was, I think, kind of my most anticipated press
I
conference.
think the one we all
was
wanted
Xbox.
to look at. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
E3 for Xbox, guys. How do you think things went there? It was kind of okay. Let's
Cool
honestly,
start.
Cool start. But in the end, I'm left disappointed.
Well, let's not jump right to the end yet. All right.
Yeah.
Let's start off with the I would call it the elephant in the room when it comes to the new console.
Well, yeah,
That's true.
Xbox Scarlet. They did announce it. It's 4 times more powerful than my current Xbox One X.
Dude, it is going to be a super beast.
Well, when they say next gen, they have to think about what 4 or 5 years down the road from here, what we're going to be dealing with.
FPS.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
those are still $10,000 TVs. Like, if people want to buy TVs that do that, right? We don't have anything to support it, and now I'm interested to know when this drops in 2020 if there's going to be enough peripherals to support it by then. I imagine there will be. I mean,
Things keep
technology
working out that
changes and progresses so quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
But-
see how we're kind of working our way back. I think it's going to do well because they got Halo Infinite launching with the console.
That's a big launch title.
It is a big launch title, but I think they're falling short because they are waiting that extra year. And I think they have to wait that extra year because Nate and I were talking about it. They have to wait because Halo's not ready.
Yeah.
They need to launch
Yeah.
it this year. You want to get ahead of Sony because Sony's at now 100 million consoles.
Yeah.
You want to beat Sony, you drop it now.
Yeah.
You don't wait
You
till
beat
next
them.
year. Exactly. You know what? When they drop it next year, so does Sony. So you're right back to square one competing again. But let's break down the conference. They started with The Outer Worlds. Obsidian. Finally, October 25th.
Yes.
Knew you'd be excited. You too.
Cool game.
Oh, yeah.
It looks cool.
It looks like a really cool game.
The choices, I think, in this game are going to blow people's minds. You can be
I'm
the
excited
complete
to see the videos.
jerk, the psychopath they called it, or you can be the nice guy,
Yeah.
right? There's so many options with this. I thought it was really cool. Really a good start to the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a great addition to Game Pass. Like, oh man, that's
Yeah,
sweet,
like,
dude.
it's-
They really were pushing Game Pass, and it's kind of like good.
Oh, I just want to mention one thing about Game Pass. Age of Empires 2 is coming out on Game Pass. That's Oh, yeah.
That
I'm
one's
gonna
gonna
play
be
a lot of
fun.
that one.
That one's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay, let's break it down. Okay, so they started with The Outer Worlds, great, October 25th. Then Ninja Theory came out with The Bleeding Edge.
That looks cool.
A tech test is coming for June 27th.
Yeah, it's coming up quick.
All right, then we got Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is a sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah.
February 11th, 2020. Minecraft Dungeons, which is like this top-down RPG.
Diablo
Spring
Minecraft.
2020.
Yeah, Diablo Minecraft. Yeah.
Right? Then Phil Spencer comes out, welcomes everybody to the conference, states that there's 2 billion gamers in the world, right? Kind of highlights that we're going to have 60 games on stage, 34 of which are coming to Game Pass. They're going to talk about Project xCloud and, of course, the new console. Everybody roars. Good start. Then we get back into Jedi, The Fallen Order from Star Wars. They would do a world premiere with Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was happy about that one.
No date.
No date.
And then they blow the socks off of everybody with Keanu Reeves coming out to talk about Cyberpunk. Right?
That was
looked
awesome.
Fantastic. They did another world premiere of Spiritfarer, which was that boat one where you build and
That one's-
craft stuff.
yeah.
It's unique looking, right?
Very.
unique looking.
Interesting.
They touched on Battletoads.
Yeah.
They announced Battletoads.
Battletoads.
Now, a lot of people are excited about Battletoads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
3-player co-op again. That's-
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Legend of Right.
So
which
your
is,
favorite looking game?
I won't get into it yet. And then they went into this big spiel on ID Xbox, and they just dropped like this big cinematic trailer of everything, right?
So many
you
games
had
in that,
Dead
yeah.
Static Drive, Pathologics 2, Star Renegades, After Party, Tabs, The Good Life,
The list goes
Crosscode.
on and
Yeah,
on.
there's all kinds. Like they had just whacked out a bunch of them all at once, right? So here's all your ID at Xbox titles, and then just loaded it all up.
Yeah.
From there, they touched on the Game Pass, how Game Pass is now available on PC,
Yep.
right? And no extra charge,
Yeah.
which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then they went into a weird game coming to Xbox Game Pass I did not expect was Flight Sim. Flight
Yes,
Simulator.
dude,
It actually
Yeah.
looks sick.
It does look really
on my
impressive,
PC
right?
now that has
Yeah.
Game Pass. That's great.
Yeah. And then they went into Age of Empires Definitive Edition coming this fall.
Oh, yeah.
Wastelanders 3, which had no date whatsoever.
Yeah.
Don't know too much about Wastelanders, but it looked
It looks cool.
Yeah.
And they bought another studio, adding to the Xbox Game Studios with Tim Schafer's team, Double Fine Productions, which is a fantastic addition to the Xbox family. That was pretty impressive to see Tim Schafer out there going, yep, we now are run by...
We're rolling with these guys.
Right? Then you got into Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I'm
Project Z.
I'm all over that. Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fighter Z Kakarot. Oh yeah.
There's also the Star Wars, the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
Yo, that actually looked pretty
The
cool.
Lego
2020,
right?
Yo, the Lego games are great. I'm just saying, Lego games are fun.
They found a way to put them all in one big package.
Yeah. And another world premiere of an interactive thriller, 12 minutes.
That one.
That looks cool. Coming soon. They did Way to the Woods, Gears 5, Terminator pack going to Gears 5. Then they went into the Elite Series controller, Series 2.
Yeah.
That looks solid.
Interested in that.
Does. Dying Light 2 went within
Dying
instantly.
Light
Man, there's
2.
Troy Baker. You can hear his voice. It was fantastic. Forza Horizon 4 Lego coming June 13th.
Yeah.
All right. So Ralph Fulton came out, talked about that a bit. Gears Pop coming, that mobile game they're talking about.
That was kind of...
State of Decay 2 Heartland, which is out now. 2 stories, 2 different perspectives after one guy they're trying to track down. And they did Phantasy Star Online 2 is coming.
Yeah, no,
2020.
that's a big deal for what it is.
If you're listening, 2020 is mentioned a ton of times in this. Tales of Arise, 2020. Borderlands 3 was on there. What else? Oh, The Elden Ring, no date whatsoever.
Yeah, looks like a cool
Impressive though, right?
2020
Impressive.
From software.
That's
2022.
Yeah.
So that's
From
how it
software.
ended. So they came out and said, they, meaning Phil Spencer, we are going to show you 60 games today, 34 of which are coming to Xbox Game Pass. Great.
Yeah.
You know how many are coming out this year? 8. 8 games. That is it. 8 games
Yeah.
out of 60 coming to Xbox. Really?
Yeah.
So this is where I get...
This is where it starts to get disappointing.
Exactly.
Well, and a lot of those 60, I believe, were filled up with the ID Xbox games, which is fine, but they're just not.
I like that
They
they're
are.
pushing the ID
To put
Xbox
that-
games so hard though. Like
Yeah.
they've created a good list for ID Xbox. I thought.
The Outer Worlds, October 25th.
Yeah.
Bleeding Edge, tech test, which isn't out, but it's a test, so you get the hands-on the game.
you
on
at
it.
least get to
June 27th.
Try it out.
Star Wars Jedi The Fallen Order, not first party, third party. That's coming. They showed that. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition coming fall. 12 minutes. They said coming soon.
Yeah.
Gears 5 September 10th. Forza Horizon Lego June 13th. And State of Decay, which is already out.
Yeah.
8 titles. 1 wasn't even first party. All right, so let's get into some of the games. We talked about the Outer Worlds. You guys felt really good about that.
Yeah, I got a good feeling about that one.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about Bleeding Edge? As competitive first-person action melee combat, crazy over-the-top fighters. Man, this thing looks
like-
wild.
that did
It did look pretty wild.
kind of thing. Like, but melee Overwatch, that's kind of the way I
I
like it.
got that.
Yeah, that's fair.
hero-esque kind
Yeah.
of thing. I didn't expect it coming out of Ninja Theory either, though. The
No.
guys who brought us Hellblade, right? They tell such story-driven.
I was gonna say it's
games.
different, way different pace.
Completely different. This is I bet you this was like that project that, oh, hey, I got an idea. Let's mess with this.
Yeah.
And then, boom, here it is.
Off it goes.
Right? And then we'll get something back into, I don't know if we'll get a Hellblade 2 or what. but
Exactly, you don't
they'll
know
probably
for sure.
bounce back, but that's just something to kind of they're working on as a side project. I'm
Look fun,
assuming.
man. Look fun.
Yeah, it looked cool. We'll give it a shot. I wonder if it's going to come free to play.
Yeah, I was wondering
Yeah.
about because it looks like one of those round-based kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks
online
like a
only,
free to
and
play title to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, right? The way things are nowadays.
Battle
anyway.
Pass
It
title.
could be like a Brawlhalla, right? Same
Exactly.
idea, right? Where you just
Yeah.
you can unlock the characters or you know kind of thing. It's
It's not bad at all. Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
That looks sweet, man.
That
the
game-
art and that.
well,
The-
that's an
so
art style driven game.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a beautiful looking game.
the first one was
creatures they
all the
have in there.
monsters.
They're
chasing
fantastic. There's that one where the owl, when he comes out, he's got like super long legs. Man. So Ori and the Blind Forest was a fantastic game. If you have not played that, you got to pick it up on Game Pass. It's on there. I'm almost positive it's on there.
Yep.
It is incredible. And it's a sequel. So Ori and the Will of the Wisp coming February 11th, 2020. So not too far out of 2019. Far enough that I was kind of like, huh.
So
not
far
this
enough
year?
that it's 2020.
2020
Yeah.
again, right? It's another 2020. 2020 looks fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't wait for 2020.
I know.
Big year 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're only 6 months into this year, so
Yeah.
it's kind of, man,
I hear you.
Minecraft Dungeons. How do you guys feel about that one?
Like you said
Minecraft.
I'm pretty excited. I mean, like,
Yeah?
I never got into Minecraft.
Me either.
No.
like I haven't played Minecraft in a while. Kind of like phased out of it a bit, but like I do like that style of game, and
Yeah.
it did look pretty sweet. Like honestly, the dungeons
It
that
looked
they
cool.
created.
For the people that are into Minecraft, this is huge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna sell.
The 90 million gamers each month, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
it's-
such a ridiculously huge
isn't it?
number.
As much as it's just like a moot news for me, that's
Yeah.
90 million people. Like that's a huge number of people that are gonna
Oh, yeah.
pick this up, and it's definitely gonna be big.
Yeah, they've got an audience for that.
Yeah. Blair Witch was a big surprise.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be one of the most exciting things from Xbox.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of horror games and the darkness and the camera
Yeah,
trick.
As soon as
thing
I
and-
saw that, I was like, I'm out.
cool idea, great. Not for me.
not for me either.
I'll get the
Maybe
little girl scared out of me.
too, to be honest.
No.
Again,
Yeah,
I think the biggest though was Keanu Reeves coming out on stage.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk 2077 looks fantastic.
it does.
But again, we're talking April 16th, 2020.
yeah.
You know what though? I can wait for that one.
That one I can't wait for. There's a few you can hold off, and yeah, absolutely. CD Projekt Red can take all their time in the world that they need for this game
It
because
looks.
man, there's gonna be so much to do. Remember The Witcher 3 in the 300 hours?
Oh,
Yeah, welcome
Yeah.
back to that.
yeah.
That's what we're in for, right? There's so
can't
many
wait.
different ways to go.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah. Battletoads, how do you guys feel? It's that Saturday morning
it's
art
the
style that
nostalgia-
I can't do it. I cannot do it.
No,
the
you're not a
nostalgia
fan.
thing with
No.
Battletoads. I think you're gonna get a lot of people that are like Battletoads.
I was excited.
Yeah.
I was excited. And then I saw the art style and I went, there's Ren and Stimpy.
Fair. That's
Nope.
fair. Actually, that's actually very
And
accurate.
that's not for me. I was
Ren and Stimpy. Wow.
Immediately turned right off. I'm like, well, I can pass on this one. That
I love anything that's gonna have couch co-op kind of thing like that.
Because
so.
they don't have as much of that now as they used to have. Like
Yeah.
couch co-op used to be such a huge thing. That was the big thing that got everybody into multiplayer gaming.
Yeah, it's
Going
not
right in
just-
a game that's couch co-op.
And the way they did the 3D sections where you're driving the car and you're hopping around, you're going over the walls and stuff. It was almost like a remake of the other game,
Yeah.
but I liked it. It was new fresh take on it.
The Legend of Right. It was a hand drawn. It was a unique art style. This game
Weird.
does not look like my style.
Like Paper Mario.
Paper Mario meets Drawn to Death, kind of, but without the shooting aspect of it, right? It's this pencil comes in and draws, and then you see like a kid's coloring book or an activity book, right? They open up the pages and there's a maze. You gotta get through the maze, and I was just like, who is this for? That one,
Weird game.
it looks completely.
And there's somebody
bizarre.
out there getting really excited
Well,
about
yeah,
it.
that was something I would expect to see in the ID of Xbox.
Yeah.
which is up right
Something a little
now.
more unique.
Yep. Dead Static Drive looked pretty cool. Star Renegades After Party looks pretty funny. Tabs, like there's a ton of games they got coming out. Killer Queen Black, that's a fantastic looking game as well. There's so much.
A lot of those
Did you-
looked really cool, but they just blurred so fast together for me the way they were
That's
showing
the problem
them.
with the conference sometimes, right? They got
Yeah.
an hour and a half to get through. First of all, there was rumors of it going to be 2 hours, and once I heard rumors of 2 hours, I go, man, they're going to really dive into the
Yeah.
console. That's why you extend a conference like this, is to dive deep into the console, which they didn't. They did not. They barely touched on the console. They went, hey, yeah, it's coming 2020. Here's a couple little specs.
Here's our
See
name.
ya.
Yeah, here's the name.
I was like, oh, I was so disappointed in that.
Yeah.
Did you guys catch the Lord of the Rings living card game?
Yo,
that-
I actually
No.
own the trading card game. I have a deck, man. I used to play it.
Didn't know that
I
existed.
saw that. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Maybe I'll actually play it properly because I was a kid when I played it. So I don't
Yeah.
know if I actually played it properly.
Touching on Flight Simulator again, just briefly.
Oh.
Yeah.
That looked impressive, man. I was like, what is it?
Is this
It's
a commercial?
Flight sim.
Oh, this
It
is a game.
It's Flight Sim. I was shocked.
Yes.
It looks
Completely
cool, eh?
shocked.
I
That
thought it was a
Microsoft
commercial.
title for sure, through and through, but
Yep.
that's a PC thing.
I
That's
thought it
not on
was
your Xbox.
I thought it was just film until I realized that we can't be on one airplane watching another airplane do this from this angle. There's no airplane following it unless it's a drone that's really hyper advanced. No, that's what an amazing looking game. Holy crap.
Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition
That's a
coming this
big-
fall.
Well, they're actually adding I don't think they said a new faction, a new storyline.
Yes.
and they're
storyline.
and changing up stuff, just like letting you zoom out further and stuff like that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
a lot
Honestly,
of
at this point, they've done this numerous times now for Age of Empires. Just give us a new Age of Empires.
Yeah.
Build it from the
Oh,
ground.
looking
I
at all these
agree.
old ones, they should be able to see what worked and what didn't.
Yeah, and just make
Absolutely.
one, make a good one.
Yeah, like I was shocked. But Psychonauts 2. That game is a unique title from Double Fine.
Yep.
That's a weird one that's a little out there. The Star Wars saga there for Skywalker. The Lego. I'm just not a Lego guy.
Yeah, like they're good. I'm not drawn in by them.
But it's the complete saga, they said, right? Which is cool. But Corey, your game though is Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
What'd you think of that, man? Because all I hear was "Wah!"
well, it's got a huge fan base, right? Dragon Ball Z's got a massive fan base.
I couldn't-
But like they've all their games are so obviously they're fighting gears. They're all fighting games.
Sure.
And this one is it's gonna be no exception. But adding an RPG element into this game it's like it makes you relive like the episodes I used to watch when I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I saw it. I'm just like I'm all over this. I am 100% in on this game.
I think that's how it works if you're a DBZ fan.
Yeah, it's
You're
just the way it is.
"Yeah,
Like,
there it is. I'll
yeah.
get it.
That's fair enough. Then there's the interactive thriller of 12 minutes. This loop scenario of this guy in a room that's top down, the dude, this woman that sounds like they're married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's somehow got some mystery behind how her father died. But it's this loop that replays over and over and over and over again, and you got to figure out the scenario. And then it shows that you're going this room, then you're on the couch, then you guys are dancing that one. But it just keeps looping.
The best part is that if we get this game, the rage from this guy because of this game, he's like, I just kept looping. I just kept going back to the start. I can see it now. I can already see it now.
But you didn't take the third book out of the bookcase and leave it on the coffee table? That's how you solved the whole thing. It might be weird like that, but it looks
I'm
cool.
pretty excited for it.
It's going to be a cool one to check out.
The way they did the music and like the voice acting, I guess you could say.
Yep.
It just sounded really like it was like.
It felt like an experience game. Yeah, like you're going to get drawn into it
Yeah.
because you want to figure out the whole mystery.
This could
I
be
like that.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Ish, 2 to 3
It
hours.
needs to immerse you, and I think it's got an opportunity to do that. Like, it's got to pull you right in and just hook you right away.
That definitely looks cool. Way to the Woods. It was that boat. No, that was Way to the Woods was a deer. Sorry, that was that 2
Oh,
deer.
yeah.
You had to follow the light.
Bambi's Mom RPG.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It looked okay. I don't know.
Looks
That was
weird,
just
man.
not. It kind of reminded me of
A
Feather.
little bit of feather, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The
Sorry,
Feather.
I blocked that one out. I don't know what you're talking about.
And then Rod Ferguson comes on stage to let us know that Gears 5 is coming September 10th. That was pretty cool.
I like the release date.
One
I
of
liked
the
the release
sooner.
date, but I
trailer.
didn't like the fact there wasn't a lot of gameplay. And
Yeah.
No, they didn't show
stuff.
off
For a
too
game
much.
that's coming out, in
September's coming out pretty quick. I want to like we should have seen some gameplay.
All they showed was that.
10-minute gameplay trailer.
All they've shown was that Terminator thing.
The Terminator
Which
and
looks
the
Really
Yeah.
cool.
that escape mode looks kind of fun too, right?
Yeah.
The multiplayer, the 3-player, where you got to go into the hive, plant your bomb, and then bail out. That looked pretty interesting. So yeah, and then of course they had the Terminator coming to that. Anybody interested in the Elite Series 2 controller?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely willing to check it out for the right price point.
It
Yeah.
looks like a solid piece of machinery.
They've fine-tuned all the things that they've taken from the first
Yeah.
Elite controller. Heard feedback from everybody else. Go, okay, well, let's like just little touches, right? So it looks cool. We'll see
Alright,
if we
It
get
all,
our hands on
it all depends on price point for me and if it works
Yeah.
with the
The
next
new gen.
console.
Oh, it's got to work.
It must.
Well, with people like Scuff Gaming and stuff like that out there, it makes sense for them to try to make another iteration of that, their
Sure.
Elite controller, to keep it up with the competition.
I think with the whole Bluetooth thing too, now you can connect to your phone and then
With
stream
Project X Cloud,
anywhere.
right?
That's cool. Like,
They had a big push of take your game anywhere. So that is obviously their Project X Cloud, which they talked for like a whole 2 seconds on.
I know.
yeah, they
Yeah,
didn't,
that's
they didn't get in.
This
deep
is
about
your
it.
push this year.
I read more up on it afterwards just because it's like, I want more info on this.
I was disappointed. There was just so many points that they had to run away with this conference, and they just, to me, they fell short.
it was,
they fell
their, it
way
was their
short.
year to own it.
Absolutely. There is no Sony. You can do this, and it's all yours. Nothing.
I mean, the McLaren was cool though. The Lego McLaren.
Yeah.
It was cool. Yeah, absolutely.
500,000 bricks of Lego.
Yeah.
Don't let the razzle dazzle take your focus away from the prize, pal.
That's what it was there for.
good.
10 out of 10.
Dying Light 2 was there. We touched on that. That
Oh,
looks
yeah.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
That
It
one
looks,
looks
it looks
okay.
intense, right? It does.
The second I saw the
watched it
climbing, I knew what it was about. I was,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Wall run.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like that already. Like the movement in that game was already
It's
already
fluid.
fantastic.
It's so smooth.
And now they got wall running.
Forza Horizon 4 Lego. Anybody?
No.
It's cool.
Man, I didn't want to see it there. Honestly, that's not what I was.
If you collide with another car, there's Lego bricks everywhere. This could be really
Tires
be
running
interesting.
down the
Yeah.
street.
Get your square tire.
Yeah. Gears, State of Decay 2, Phantasy Star Online coming to Xbox first. Well, I thought was interesting. They're really having a lot of focus on these RPGs and bringing them to the Xbox console.
ARPGs, man, which is good because that's where Sony's been striving for a long time.
So yeah, they take some of the wind out of their sails with that.
And what about the 650 million PC players from Smilegate playing Crossfire X?
Yeah.
That's
What
cool,
does
man.
anybody see? Like, I had no idea
I
about
had-
this game.
Yeah.
No. And then I was like, oh, you got my interest now. This looks cool. Yeah, exactly. I was like, wow. But 650 million PC players?
Yeah.
Like, how have I not heard of this game?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
I
it's
hear
coming to
the
Xbox.
650 million
Were they-
PC players. I'm just like, I still don't stand a chance.
Were they not like the
Yeah, we're bottom
that
1%.
game's been already out for a while? Is that what
Yeah,
they're
it's been out, so
I
we
thought
already
they were
s-
saying that this company has had that many people play their games, and this is
No,
their new
they've
game
had that
they're
many people
introducing.
play Crossfire X on PC.
The one game.
The one game, and it is now coming to
Sure.
Xbox.
That
That's
doesn't
a
sound
massive
650 million.
I'm telling you,
people.
that's what I
That's
heard.
it,
I
man.
could be wrong, but
I
I'm
gotta
pretty
look
sure
that
you looked that up.
Look it up.
Tales of Arise,
I don't
another.
think there's that
Tales of
many
Arise. Now that's the JRPG that got me excited.
That one looked cool.
It
That
does
one
look
looked
cool.
really
That one
good.
does
So that's
look cool.
Tales of Versaria, Vestaria, all those ones. Some
Yeah.
Listaria. It's one of those games, but Arise this time. Doesn't rhyme.
Not
so.
bad at all.
No.
And then they wrapped up the conference with Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Cool looking game.
There wasn't much on it, really,
No, but
right?
cool.
That's the George R.R. one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that
from software. There's just too much good stuff.
yeah, the combination of the gameplay developers and then the story developer being Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Halo
That'll be
Infinite rounding out after they talked about the
Project Scarlet
Scarlet that we
2
just got a tease of, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. So
Yeah.
Now I wish we'd seen something about Halo, but at the same time, if they're not ready to show it, I'd
Then
rather
I'm
them just
glad
not.
they didn't.
Yeah, I'd rather not have them beholden to anything they have showed.
final thoughts on the Xbox conference, guys?
It was a huge blur for me, but I can't help get excited. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
like
love
there's
Xbox.
lots of cool stuff coming. Maybe not everything that we were probably hoping for, but
Not
at the
at
same
all.
time, like there's some really cool things
Well,
happening
what's some
with
big ones that
Xbox.
we're missing? Fable.
Well, exactly. Where's Fable? I couldn't believe there was no Fable. I
Yeah.
was blown away. I
this
predicted
is-
on our E3 predictions that Fable would have been here, and it was not.
A lot of people thought it was going to be
Absolutely, this is the year. You got to come out so
rebuilding year,
strong.
man. That's why,
Oh, you're
though.
too late. You're too late because Sony's going to dominate you again next year.
What if
Missed
Sony
the
comes
boat.
out with
You missed the boat.
They
Absolutely.
could have slapped a title and been like Fable 4.
Just anything. That's all we would have needed to see. Go, ooh, there it is.
there. And then the whole crowd would be like, yeah!
They would have lost their mind. Right?
It's true. That's all it takes.
Absolutely. We expected that. We're rating it. What are you going to score Xbox's press conference? Go ahead, Corey.
This one's tough. This one's tough because it's huge. It was big. There was so much. It was covered a lot. Like you said, it was disappointing.
Yep.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I'm actually gonna give this one a 6.5 too.
Really?
Like there's things about it that I liked, and I'm not
liked it.
not gonna compare EA and them directly.
Sure.
This is their separate 6.5 scores, but in their own right, it's deserving in my eyes. There's things like you said, the disappointing with Scarlet, disappointing with the Project X Cloud, like things that I wanted to know more info on. I got very little info on.
Yep.
So I was excited about some of the games, but the hardware stuff that I wanted to know, I didn't get that information. Now I'm kind of like, I want it. Where is it?
Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah.
What about you, Scott?
I agree with a lot of what you said. I think a lot of my hype was maybe I had too much hype, and that's the only
Yeah.
thing that took away from it because they didn't quite answer all the questions or show me enough gameplay
Yep.
to make it an 8 or above. But I would have to put it's probably 7.5 just because
Sure.
they touched on enough things that got me excited that I forgot about over the year. So
I'm actually right there with you, man. 7.5. Like overall, it was probably the coolest looking presentation
Yeah, it
out
looks
of all
good.
out of all of them.
Okay.
And the Outer Worlds, they had a lot like Blair Witch. They kind of came up with a couple of shockers. And
Yeah.
and I know that Xbox is in the rebuilding phase. That's what they're doing. They have like 13 exclusive
So that's fair.
companies, and that's it.
Yep.
So like, you know.
I'm right below you a little bit because everything is for 2020. That we have 8 games coming out in 2019. So what am I going to do this year? Go to my PlayStation?
Doom.
Well, yeah, that's Bethesda title. We'll get to that conference after. But they didn't have enough to show. They touched briefly on the Xbox xCloud for
Yeah.
like literally a minute.
Yeah.
And then
when
they
we
talked
know
3 minutes
as much as we know about Stadia.
on Project on Project Scarlet, we got 3 minutes on that. Wasn't enough info, missing Fable for me, and the fact that they're launching it 2020, I think is wrong in my eyes. I think you guys they're missing the boat, but you got to wait for Halo because they want to be it as a launch title. I get it. To me, the hype was there. It started off strong, but again, it just tapered off at the end. For me, I'm there with a 7.